If you've been posting TikTok Shop videos and barely making sales, you're not alone. In fact, 99% of TikTok Shop affiliates fail because they do this, thinking that more views equals money. But that's actually what's keeping you stuck. And the worst part is, the more that you do it, the harder it becomes to actually make money. But the top affiliates, they do the exact opposite. In this video, I'll break it all down, why most people fail, and the strategy that I use to make $50,000 in 1 month. Now, most people think that if they post more, they'll make more with TikTok Shop affiliate. And while that is kind of true, it's not completely true. And that thinking comes from the TikTok creator program. So let's talk about it. Why posting more equals failing. People think that from the creator program, if they just post and post and post and get views in general, that it will get them money. Because on the creator reward side of things, the more views that you get literally relates to more money. So you get paid per 1,000 views. But that's not how it works on TikTok Shop affiliate. On TikTok Shop affiliate, you need more people to actually purchase the product. I've seen video after video after video of people getting millions of views, myself included, getting 3 million views on a video, and I didn't get a single sell from it because I didn't do a good job at actually selling the product and showing people that the product was going to be valuable to them. So while getting more views can be beneficial, and while making more videos can actually help you, if you're not doing it the right way, you're just going to end up more stuck and you're going to be turning the wheels over and over without actually getting anywhere. I see it almost every single day. TikTok Shop affiliates get way too focused on solely views instead of actually making videos that connect the product to the viewer. Number one thing is you want to know who are you making videos for, and then making those videos in a way that shows that the product is beneficial to them. That's why I think way too many people are making videos about products that they shouldn't, because they don't actually like the product. They don't care about it. They're just making a video because they see that other people are going viral with it. I think at very least you need to know that you would use it or someone in your life would use it, and you can talk to that person directly, and so that you have some expertise, or at very least just some excitement about the product. People are going to connect to you as a real person, and when you're just trying to talk about everything, it really doesn't come across the right way. I got stuck in that trap personally for what felt like a very long time. I made video after video after video on products that I just didn't really care about because I saw other people going viral with them. When at the very beginning, when I started and I made the money that I made, it was because I was talking about products that excited me because I didn't have any expectation of it going anywhere. Now, when I think about products, I always make sure that they fit into a certain category. Obviously need to make sure that they have the potential for virality. I need to know that other people like the product, and I need to know that the company selling the product is actually going to send the product to the people that buy it. But before all of that, I make sure that I'm picking products that actually resonate with me in some way. Sometimes it's a product that I'm an expert about, whether it's microphones or cameras or tech gear. Other times it's just things that I think are cool and I would be interested in, like clothing or sweaters or products for my kids or products for my wife. Either way, I always know that it's a product that I would either be interested in or someone in my life would be interested in, so it makes it much easier to talk about the product genuinely. So don't do what I did when I was messing up before, do what the top affiliates do instead. So that obviously brings up the question, what do top TikTok Shop affiliates do differently from anyone else? Well, number one, like I was touching on before, they find products that they know how to talk about. Number two, they post frequently enough to keep the algorithm on their side, but they're not over posting or under posting. If you can post 3 times a day without burning out, that is the best bet. But if one day you get super motivated and you decide I'm gonna make 20 videos, but then you can't keep that up, and then you end up taking 2 weeks off, that is a terrible way to go about it. You're only hurting the algorithm because TikTok loves consistency. So if you have those days where you wanna make 10, 20 videos, that's great, but store them into drafts or store them on your phone for the days that you're feeling sick or you're down or the natural chaos of life kicks in and you don't have time to make videos that day. One of the next top things that they do is they don't worry about views. You see, views do end up converting into sales if you have a good call to action and if you made it very clear that the benefits of the product will benefit the people that will watch your video. Now, you can't guarantee who exactly sees your video, but you can do a lot of things inside of your video, like what you say, what you show on screen, and the hashtags that you use after the fact that can really help you target the right demographic and get the right product in front of the right audience. And so if getting views doesn't matter, what does matter when you're trying to make money? I can boil it down to one simple sentence, which is just find your audience. If you don't know who you're talking to, you're always just gonna be talking generally at a camera. You see, when I'm making these videos right here, I'm talking to myself back when I didn't know what to do. I'm not picturing a massive audience of a bunch of people. I'm picturing one person and I'm talking to that one person. If you can understand that concept and you can really dial in who your audience is, you're going to have a much easier time than everyone else who is essentially just picking up a product and saying, hey, have you seen this thing? It's great. I love it. You should try it. It's amazing. Buy it. And there's a big difference in how that comes across to the audience. You can either come across salesy and desperate, or you can come across confident and genuine. I think the biggest mindset shift that people need to start making to see results is understanding that upfront, you're probably not going to be good at this. Even if you've done sales in real life before, this is completely different. Social commerce requires you to connect to people through video by being your genuine self as that actually is. Don't try to be me, don't try to be anyone else. It will not get you anywhere. And I know that can be very hard to do, and you think that maybe I don't have a bunch of social media experience, or I don't know how to work cameras, or I'm not confident and extroverted. I don't see how this could work for me. But one thing I want to make clear to you, most of the people I've met doing this are introverted. Most of the people that I've met doing this aren't some tech experts who super care about cameras and lighting and videography like me. In fact, one of the top people I know doing this right now is 65 years old and has made $300,000 in commission since November of last year, and she never had social media before deciding to do TikTok Shop affiliate. And so if you want a simple way to know if your current approach is failing before months of posting and posting and posting, basically look at your videos. Are you doing the same thing over and over and not really trying something new? And by trying something new, I don't mean just I said a different sentence this time, or I put on a different outfit, or I went to a different location. Make sure you're actually trying new types of videos. Are you emulating videos of top creators and trying to figure out what worked for them? Are you trying to find products that fit into that Goldilocks zone that I talk about in a lot of my videos? If answering all of these questions genuinely doesn't give you the answer, then I highly recommend that you watch more of my videos where I break down exactly how to figure out all the different steps of the TikTok Shop affiliate program. Now let's get into the exact way that I use this method to make $50,000 in a single month. You see, upfront, I accidentally went viral and I started making money. And then I started to fail because I was doing all of the bad habits that I didn't even know were bad habits at the time. So what was the first major change that I made to help me start making real money? Well, number one, it was understanding my audience. I spent a lot of time figuring out who was watching my videos, looking at my analytics, and figuring out exactly who I was talking to when I was making my videos. And number two, I went and found products that would work for my audience, but also would work for me because I needed to be able to talk about them genuinely. From there, I made video after video after video following my viral structure, which if you haven't heard me talk about it already, it's essentially a strong hook, controversy, and relatability into the benefits of a product, and then finally into a strong call to action. And I made videos that followed that structure, emulating some of the top viral videos I had had in the past and some of my friends have had in the past. And I did that over and over and over again. And that is what finally got me into finding consistency in the TikTok Shop affiliate program. So if you're wondering if you should just be chasing viral videos or if you should be posting this or that, don't worry about it. Just focus on getting better. 1% better in every single video is going to get you so much farther ahead than trying to chase what you think is going to go viral. I always recommend people recreate the most viral videos that they see that resonate with them on the platform, because that's going to teach you what it feels like to make a viral video. But it doesn't mean that those videos are necessarily going to go viral themselves. They can. I've seen it happen a bunch of times in the past, but it doesn't mean that they will. It's about building up your skill set, understanding how to talk to a camera, understanding how to speak in a way that are going to get people to listen to you and engage with you, and understanding how to come across like your genuine self on camera. And then I have to hit on this again. You really need to find the right products for yourself that you can promote to really maximize your sales. You see, for me, I'm really comfortable at talking about tech, so it doesn't surprise me that the majority of my sales come from microphones, camera accessories, lighting, and things like that. But there's also other products that I've done very well with just because they excited me and I think they're cool. And my light just died, so hopefully that doesn't distract you. But another product that I talked about was tattoo aftercare. That obviously I have a lot of tattoos, so it made it easy for people to connect with me, and it seemed very genuine there. Another one was a dinosaur sweater that I got that I thought my wife would like, but I ended up loving it. And so I did really well with that. It doesn't have to be something you're an expert in, but it was all things that I knew that I could talk about because I genuinely had an interest in them. So if you want an example of a TikTok Shop video that actually converts into money, you can watch this one right here. And this video made me over $20,000. There's no way you listen to this and actually think this sounds good. All gaming headsets belong in the garbage because for the same price as the average headset, you can get professional studio grade headphones, which are going to be way better for hearing footsteps, and this microphone. This is the Toner TC310 and it's on sale for $20 right now on the TikTok Shop. And if you can't afford it, you better go ahead and buy it anyway, because your teammates are done losing because they can't hear anything in the game over your echoes and it picking up everything in the background except you. Okay, so far we've covered why posting more isn't the right way, what the right way actually is. Now we're gonna cover the most common mistakes you and other people make, as well as how to avoid them. So to keep it super simple, the most common mistakes that I see people make is they're not getting out of their own way. They're not trying new types of content, and they're staying way too inside their comfort zone. They know that there's things like skits, faceless videos, testimonial videos, but they don't actually work on trying to make those and understand how those can connect with the audience. Number two, they just post to post without actually thinking about it at all. They're not understanding understanding what is this product, who could this product connect with, and how can I say things and show things in the video that help the algorithm understand who I'm trying to speak to. And a common question I get is, what's something that beginners do that if I see, I instantly know that they're not going to be making much money? And this one is pretty simple. They sound nervous on camera and their lighting and audio is bad. If right now on this video, I also was just like, hi everybody, I really want to talk to you guys about TikTok Shop Affiliate, and I think it would be cool if I just told you some of the stuff that that I found recently about it, and I think it would be really good for you guys to understand that it's really good. The entire energy just dropped out of that conversation, and it seems really nervous, and it's hard to listen to someone like that. So it's really spending the time speaking to a camera, making videos day in and day out, because the only way through it is through it. You have to make the videos to get comfortable on camera and to finally sound like yourself when you're speaking. This is what I sound like if you met me, you were talking to me, and I was trying to teach you how to do something. Obviously, there's little vocal inflections here and there that I utilize to try to keep it interesting so that it doesn't sound monotonous, but the larger point still stands that you need to learn to speak to a camera. Okay, so what's a trap that even experienced affiliates fall into that can hurt their income? And that's not staying consistent. When you start making money, you want to start spending the money. You want to start living your life. You realize you don't need to go to your 9 to 5 anymore, and all of these things impact you wanting to make videos. You sleep in a little bit later. You stay up a little bit later. You aren't really focusing on what was actually making you money, and it can very, very quickly lead into where you're not being consistent anymore, and the money can slowly but surely fizzle out. Now, luckily with TikTok Shop Affiliate, it very rarely drops to zero because videos from a year ago can keep paying you money, but it can very much drastically drop. If you go from making, say, $1,000 a day to $50 a day, that could be a massive difference. And so you want to make sure that you're staying consistent, and even though you're not working a 9 to 5 anymore, you're being an entrepreneur and you're taking your account into your responsibility and making sure that you're doing what it needs to survive. And so if someone is struggling to get sales, what's the first thing that I think they should fix? I think that they should start finding products that connect with them and connect with their viewers. They should make sure that their lighting and their audio is at very least good enough so that it doesn't seem distracting or low quality. And they should put in effort to speak to a camera in a way that hopefully gets people to listen to them because they sound like themselves. And if you need to show it to someone in your life and say, does this sound like me? Then please do so, because it's super important that you sound genuine on camera. Okay, so let's say you fix all of these issues now and you start making some sales. How do you turn that into consistent income? So the hardest part is honestly not burning out. Once you understand how to make sales, it's just showing up and making the videos. But when you start burning out is when you kind of lose your spark for it. You make it way more about chasing the views and reading the comments and the kind of clout that comes along with it, instead of understanding what you're doing and understanding that it is taking you away from your 9 to 5 and giving you that time freedom that you've always wanted. If you can keep that in the back of your mind, it makes it much easier to wake up, go in, make the videos that you need to make that day, and then get on and live your life. I genuinely believe you shouldn't be spending your entire day on TikTok, or else you essentially just replaced your 9 to 5 with TikTok. We want to be spending a good 1 to 3 hours at this, getting it out of our way, hopefully early in the morning like I do, and then you can just focus on whatever is important to you in life. And doing that will really keep you from burning out. Another question that you guys ask me pretty often is, what's the difference from someone making a few $100s and someone making $50,000? As in work, like, is it a lot more work? What do they actually do? How does it look? Well, essentially it's the same amount of work and maybe even less, because the people that are making more, they kind of have it dialed in. They have a specific schedule. They batch film, meaning that they record multiple videos that day. So someone close to me right now, she makes 100 videos one time a week, and that's her videos for the week. She spends about 4 hours doing it, and then she doesn't need to make videos for the rest of the week. She could spend all of that time with her family or doing other projects and tasks that she cares about. But when you're just getting started, everything is new. Making the videos is hard. Editing the videos is hard. Setting up for the videos and the lighting is hard. You have to record the videos maybe 4, 5, 6 times because you're messing up a lot. So I think it's actually a lot more work at the beginning, and you need to understand in your mind you're getting through this to figure out how it works. And once you get to the point where you can start making steady sales, you can choose if you want to keep that same amount of work and really just expand how much you make, or cut back on how much you're working because you're comfortable with making, say, 5, 6, 7 grand a month. And so you might be wondering, how do you make sure that this is sustainable and not just a short-term side hustle? Well, that's really up to you. Are you going to stay consistent with it? Are you going to build relationships with the brands that you're working with? Are you going to use your success in the TikTok Shop affiliate program to find other streams of income? Now, these are other things we can get into in different videos, but it's really up to you if you're making it sustainable. You have to show up every day and give it the work that it needs, because this is your business at the end of the day. And if you're an entrepreneur, it's your responsibility to make sure that it thrives. And so where do I see TikTok Shop affiliate going in the next 6 to 12 months? Is now the best time to start? Yes. I think a lot of people think that it's like oversaturated and you're too late to jump in. This is the very beginning. When we look at internet marketing in general, it started 20 years ago, maybe something like that. And we are still at the age where it is taking over traditional media like commercials and radio. And I think that is where we are at with the very beginning of social commerce. I can tell you as someone who's on the inside that a lot of these companies don't know what they're doing. TikTok is changing what they're doing pretty often. And so it's really valuable to find other people who are doing this as well so that you can navigate the space. But that shaky ground and that uncertainty just points to the fact that it's at the very beginning. And if you've seen what I've seen, you would understand that this isn't going anywhere. And influencer marketing and social commerce is 100% are how companies are going to want to get their products out, because it avoids the massive expense of traditional commercials, and they can go to content creators and micro influencers who have specific audiences, and they can push specific products out to those specific audiences and have way more depth with their ad spend money. And you as the creator can benefit from that because you don't need to have 1 million followers to be able to work with brands and make a living for yourself. I know multiple creators who only have 5,000 followers and have made more than they've made in their 9-to-5 jobs by just really connecting deeply with their audience. So if you found value in this video and you want free resources and guides, a strong community with the same goal as you, and a place to ask me questions, then click the link in the description. Join my free community and I'll see you inside. Thanks for watching. Peace out.